surprise his son by taking him to the prom.
Don't mess up that makeup, Jabba.
I can't say for sure how I will feel if I had a gay son. I don't know how I will feel. I know I have unconditional love for my children. They can, go through anything and be anything, and I will always be there to support them. And that's as a father. As a father, you look at your children and you just want them to be better than you. You want them to be a better human being than you. You want to instill certain values and creeds and morals into your children to the point where you're looking at your children and you're proud of your children. So having a son, it's probably a little bit of pressure. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch the Creator, and this is Dutch Talk Fatherhood / Inside the Culture podcast. On today's episode, I think we're going to have to really dissect and unpack what we're seeing here. I have a lot of brains going on when viewing what you guys are about to see. If you guys haven't seen this viral moment that's been all around Instagram, Facebook, social media, period, the last couple of days, and I seen it like 3 days ago. So, it just kept popping on my timeline, and it's of a father coming to see his son off to prom. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's nothing wrong with a father coming to see his son off to prom. But the caveat here is either his son is gay, his son is transgender, or what have you. I apologize if I misrepresent what the son is, but it's getting a lot of people to give an opinion on. And a lot of men are giving opinions on this. A lot of women are giving opinions on this. But just to set it up, the son, he's in a whole dress, blue gown type thing. It's like a tuxedo and a dress mixed together. And the father, he comes up and, supports his son before he goes to prom.
Jabba. Look down. Let him cry. Oh, he's crying. Oh, my God. Oh, you made him cry. Wait. Let's let him fall on the floor. Let him fall. Let him fall on the floor. Oh, poor baby. I know my son is going to fall. Oh. Hold on. Get Look up. Oh.
My husband.
Oh, Mellow's crying. That was a little bit. He didn't know his pops was going to be there. He's crying.
This is monumental. Beautiful.
I know. Still crying. Oh.
Oh. All right, come on. I need pictures. Excuse me.
Ready? Good?
I love the candidness. Let him. Let's go. Okay. Moving emotions.
All right, you guys who haven't seen it, just seen it. And if you've seen it before, you've just seen it again now. Like I said, man, a lot of thoughts go on in my mind when I see this, and it is polarizing. It's polarizing. You rarely see that, especially in our community. You rarely see a father supporting their LGBT son. It's a little different when it comes to most fathers and their sons. If we really want to unpack this, as a father, and disclaimer, I have no sons, but I do have nephews. But I can only imagine what goes through their head. I have all girls, 21, 16, and 11, nice gaps too. But I can't say for sure how I will feel if I had a gay son. I don't know how I will feel. I know I have unconditional love for my children. They can, go through anything and be anything, and I will always be there to support them. And that's as a father. As a father, you look at your children and you just want them to be better than you. You want them to be a better human being than you. You want to instill certain values and creeds and morals into your children to the point where you're looking at your children and you're proud of your children, So having a son, it's probably a little bit of pressure when it comes to having a son. I have two brothers. No, I have three brothers. I have four brothers. I have a lot of brothers, man. Some from my father and some from my mother. And each one of them have sons, and I'm the only one with girls. So I look at them and I look how they father their boys. I look how they instill certain creeds, values, and everything in their children. Now, one would say, if your son is born this way, it's nothing you can do to stop that. He's going to be gay, right? That's what's going to happen. And I do believe it's an imbalance, biological. When someone is born, something is off, right? To where that would later on turn into when they look or go through adolescence, and puberty is when we start to develop these feelings for other people, right? And usually from a man's point of view, usually in a man, he starts to get attracted to women. And I think this mechanism, that this little imbalance that's off when a person is born, I think puberty basically activate that imbalance to like the same sex. That's just my personal opinion on it, based on what I've learned when it comes to being born gay. I don't think anybody is born liking or attracted to the same sex. Because my children didn't know what that was, but it's something that you're born with that evolves into you being attracted to the same sex when you go through puberty. Like I said, most men, we start to get attracted to women, but nonetheless, it happens, right? And you're a father, and now you have to deal with this. At the end of the day, I will encourage you to always support your children, always understand your children, always talk to your children, always get an understanding of how your child thinks, what your child thinks about. I talk to my children all the time. I talk to my 11-year-old every morning and every night. As you guys know, I did get a divorce in 2023 after being with my ex-wife for 17 years. I was with my children every day of their lives, up until that point. But now I'm FaceTiming. They're here half the time. And, I love my children. And I myself don't look at this as particularly a bad thing when it comes to being a father. However, if we're talking about culture-wise, I believe these things and promoting these things and, pushing these things onto our children is a detriment to our people. At the end of the day, I do think what I said was true about you being born with an imbalance, right? Or something is not completely right. Sort of like you're born with a condition, you know? I do believe that you are born with a condition, and we just haven't tapped into what that imbalance is. Maybe later on in the future, we can actually pinpoint exactly what this imbalance is. But like I said, I think that imbalance leads to puberty. When you're in puberty and you actually start liking, sexually liking someone, it will be the same sex. However, I do think that you can get influenced to do these things. I think you can have certain things planted in your head and you start to act a certain way. A lot of things out here we are influenced on. They have a study right now where girls ages 12 to 24 years old should not be on Instagram right now, because that influence is literally plaguing their mind and how they make decisions and, you know, how they view themselves, you see? So yes, I do think that the more promoting of this, the more sharing of this, the more making it okay for a black man to, or let me say this, making it okay for us to keep seeing a black man show up for his black son in a dress, you know? The more you have those images, the more our society will start to get influenced by this. And when I say our society, I mean the black community. At the end of the day, we do still have to preserve our lineage. And this is talking straight from a cultural standpoint, right? We have to preserve our lineage, people. I'm going to say that one more time. We have to preserve our lineage. And by doing so, we have to start paying attention to certain things that they put in front of us on a daily basis. It's a reason why I kept seeing this viral moment. It's a viral moment because we're sharing it. It's a viral moment because it's polarizing. It's a viral moment because this black boy is in a dress and he's going to his prom. And I heard his father was Muslim and didn't really, sign on for his lifestyle, but he showed up, and that's why the boy was crying in the video. And that's all. That's beautiful. That's great from a personal standpoint. But from a cultural standpoint, we have to start watching how they do us in certain cases. I did a video about how they had this new studies, and you guys, I'm gonna put it at the end of this video, and I'm about to wrap this up, so you're gonna be able to, it's still gonna be on your mind by the time this video ends. It's gonna be on the end screen videos when I say some videos just popped up. But they had studies show boys being raised by single mothers are resilient, and their work habits are great. They have good what they say, emotional intelligence. Like, you're literally telling us something to where, like, why would you even show this study to our people like that? What's the purpose of saying this if we know that the most detrimental place you can be is in a single mother home? That's a fact. Like, no one wants to get raised by a single mother. Like, it happens, but that's not the best conducive situation for a child. So why even do a study like that? To prove something, to say, hey, go out there and be a single mother. It's cool. Your son is going to be resilient. Your son is going to have high emotional intelligence. That's just like those red wine studies. Drink red wine every day. It improves your sex drive. They want you to drink red wine. That's why they telling you about this study. So again, man, then they use, I'm gonna show the picture here. They use a black mother and two black boys to depict this. You see? So it goes beyond just the father walking up to his son, seeing him off at prom. Like I said, from a father's standpoint, I will do the same thing. I will. I'm sorry. I'm going to support my children. I love them unconditionally. That's unconditional love, right? But from a cultural standpoint, we have to start looking at these things. We have to start understanding little things that they put in front of our eyes. We have feelings and we are getting influenced, all right? But I appreciate you guys coming to the video today, like I said. And if you're finding my channels for the very first time, please make sure that you hit that like button. It helps share the video around YouTube. And like I said, some videos just popped up here on the screen. Please look at this one right here. This one. This is the one I want you to look at next, all right? This video is the one I want you to look at next. Watch that video and you guys will see what I'm talking about when it comes to us as a culture. That's all I got. Y'all be safe. I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.